Whoa, wow. So much love in this room. It's funny, I'm looking at that picture and my students see the picture because it's my business photo and they love to put it into different modalities of Photoshop and such. So it's the only business photo I have. So thank you CFSI for giving me my first business photo. But good evening. My name is Dominic Monteiro. I am currently a high school humanities teacher in Oakland, California. And I'm proud to say that every day I'm working towards cultivating the hearts and minds of students who look like me and crave to be heard, accepted, and appreciated for all that they are. I love what I do. And what I do would not be possible without the College for Social Innovation and the Semester in the City program. I would like to begin by giving gratitude to the entire CFSI team that has worked tirelessly to provide unforgettable experiences to countless college students year after year. Thank you to everyone who has come out to support the cause, and to my fellow alumni who have contributed to the beautiful fabric of this organization through your social impact that now spans a decade. Specifically, I would like to thank Eric for being a champion for all those who are hungry for more than the traditional classroom experience. Through your leadership, this organization has changed the lives of so many trailblazers and change makers, and more specifically has given me the chance to embrace the power of my voice and chart my own path in the field of education. Thank you for the opportunity to speak at this wonderful celebration and for making space for me to share my story. In the fall of 2021, I arrived in Alston, maybe 2 miles from here, excited for this new chapter, but still wondering if it would provide the same benefits as a study abroad to Europe or a year-long paid internship that I knew others had experienced. These opportunities, however, presented financial barriers to me and my family, barriers that were not an issue at CFSI. From the start, the intentional effort to provide access to those who had a want, but maybe not a need, was obvious. What I soon realized was that CFSI was radically different than a normal semester away from campus or any internship opportunity. It was not just a way to make myself more attractive to employers or gain a strategic network of professionals to ease the pain of that job search. It was a truly transformative experiment in what is possible when you combine the concepts of experiential learning with the intentional support and mentorship of people who are dedicated to cultivating the whole student. On top of that, the program and team was unapologetically intentional in the way that it embraced first-generation and BIPOC students. I was fortunate to be part of a cohort that didn't just reflect the PWI culture that I had experienced at UMass Amherst, but rather the rich cultural makeup of the world that I'd be entering into. The most important lesson that I learned came from the work I did with 826 Boston. Yeah. As I entered high school for the first time as a teacher rather than a student, or a mentor rather than a student, I learned the real power of storytelling. The real power of empowering students with the skills to own their own voice. And I take that with me every day when I step into the classroom. Through the lens of these students at the Burke School, I crafted a spoken word piece on the BART, we're not in Oakland anymore, on the T. Boston's still my city, all right, let's get it straight. This is still my city. So I crafted the spoken word piece on the T, on the buses, that became both the foundation of my own pedagogical philosophy, but the culmination of my impact semester in Boston. In the poem, I exclaim, "The songs of our lives have been sung to the tune of those who don't know it." It was an artistic critique of the way that society attempts to silence or repackage the stories of youth who continue to face barriers of this oppressive capitalistic system that they are forced to inherit. Of how we all just want to sing our songs in a world that hasn't learned yet how to listen. You see, explaining these critical concepts through the vehicle of poetry and music was natural for me as someone who had such a love for the arts since I was able to walk. It was not only enlightening, but it was empowering. I was expressing my deepest emotions and frustrations through the language of music and the rhythm of poetry. A few weeks ago, I began thinking about how in my remarks tonight, I could express my sincere gratitude and appreciation for this program in a similar way. And within moments, that connection became clear. As an actor and a musician, stage fright is this inescapable barrier that you have to learn to face in order to reach your fullest potential. I remember my first solo music performance. It was the 8th grade talent show, where I'd be singing alone for the first time. It was awful. Hands sweaty, legs shaking, voice cracking. It was as if I was being interrogated by every pair of eyes in the audience. But if I had not had that opportunity to have that first performance, I would have never honed my craft. My voice would have never been heard. Having the opportunity to grace the stage and get the necessary reps became the only way to sharpen my skills. Now I want you to imagine learning how to play football in a lecture hall. Imagine learning how to swim or ride a book by reading a textbook, or ride a bike by reading a textbook. As humans, we naturally learn by doing. And the very idea of a musician never taking a stage or an athlete never touching a field is preposterous. So then why have we built our education systems around the concept of sitting in single file rows of desks with our heads locked inside of books on theory? The reality is that being a great teacher, community organizer, public health worker, really anyone that goes into this world to really make a difference, is not just about obtaining the knowledge. Yes, learning about theory and debating about it is important, but everyone needs reps to hone their craft and to find their voice. It is experience that teaches us how to fail, how to have empathy for those around us, and how to trust in ourselves. It is what equips us with the tools to overcome that stage fright when we first take our steps into the workforce. It helps us discover what we're capable of as we continue to elevate our voices past the noise of those who wish to silence them. Authentic and practical experience is what allows us to see our hard work come to fruition and is what develops us into who we truly are and who we want to be. And I have to admit, I carry with me this anger that these opportunities for meaningful experience have continuously been gatekept from those who need it the most. Public school students do not receive the same opportunities for internships or international programs. University students who look to go into social work do not have access to a $100,000 JP Morgan internship. And yes, that was an intentional call out. Actually, the opposite is true, where we are actually told that we need to work for free and we need to pay for it in order to get our own licenses, in order to get our own certificates. And the number of voices that are stifled, the amount of talent that isn't given the opportunity to be on a stage, the multitude of students who will enter their fields with yet another disadvantage, that angers me. And this anger is potent and it's real. But so is the hope and faith for a brighter future. And CFSI is leading the way to this brighter future, towards a future where amazing and talented artists of all kind are not only given a stage, but they're given coaching on how to deal with stage fright, a class on how to make a set list. They're given practice on how to command a room full of people and so much more. Through mentorship, community, and a carefully designed curriculum that provides valuable skills that allow students to find their voice and use it at the tables that they will undoubtedly occupy. CFSI is a representation of what a new model of education can really look like. I found my way through CFSI to work on building my teaching practice. I was given opportunities to get valuable reps, to find my voice, and now I'm building a career around helping other young people get their reps and find their voices too. The power of experiential learning is central to my pedagogical philosophy. I believe it is truly a transformative way to uplift those in our society that are so often overlooked and underinvested in. In a world where so many are following this siren call of finance or big tech or AI, it is crucial that we push back with a heightened sense of urgency and purpose. We must match the massive investment into profit-centered ventures with an unyielding investment into the social impact world. We must prepare young and hungry minds to take up the torch of positive change, and we can only do that if we give them the opportunity to walk onto that stage of life with confidence and this expansive repertoire of skills that prepare them to face the most critical of audiences. The work we are all doing here at College for Social Innovation is not only meaningful, but necessary. And it's just the beginning. It has changed my life and has allowed me to spark change for others. And for that, I'm deeply grateful. So thank you for your time. Thank you for listening to my story. And I hope that we continue doing this work together. I didn't buy this Nordstrom discount suit for nothing.
All right, how are you? It looks good. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Thank you, I'm Jessica. Yeah, thank you so much. So nice to meet you.
Wow, wonderful.